Somewhere beneath these ordinary-looking Iranian mountains hides the most sophisticated underground missile network ever constructed, completely invisible to every American spy satellite passing overhead. This is Iran's underground missile city, a 200-kilometer tunnel network carved 500 meters into solid rock, housing hundreds of ballistic missiles behind 10-meter-thick reinforced concrete walls built to survive anything. Iran spent 30 years and billions of dollars building this network specifically to survive a direct American military strike, designing every single wall, tunnel, and chamber to withstand the most powerful conventional bombs ever built. Inside these underground chambers, Iran stores 4 different types of ballistic missiles, from the 2,000-kilometer range Shahab-3 to the terrifying Fateh hypersonic missile capable of flying at Mach 15 speed. This is the fundamental military problem that keeps American generals awake at night. Conventional bombs, while Iran's missiles sit completely safe 500 meters underground. U.S. National Reconnaissance Office satellites detect underground heat signatures revealing the facility's exact location. Within 48 hours, the Pentagon has opposed it. Meet the weapon America built specifically for this moment, the GBU-57 massive ordnance 8 kilogram and carrying enough explosive power to collapse an entire underground military facility. The GBU-57 has a hardened steel nose capable of punching through 60 meters of reinforced concrete, a delayed fuse that waits until the bomb is deep underground before detonating 4-kilogram explosive filling. Only one aircraft on Earth can carry the GBU-57 MOP, the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber, which can carry 2 of these massive weapons while remaining completely invisible to enemy radar systems the entire flight. The B-2 Spirit, America's most secretive and most expensive military aircraft ever built, with only 20 in existence worldwide, each costing $2 billion and carrying a radar cross-section no larger than a common bird. The B-2's revolutionary radar-absorbent coating combined with its flying wing shape makes it essentially invisible. While the B-52 shows as a massive radar blob, the B-2 appears as nothing larger than a small bird. Here is the mission's core challenge. The target sits 500 meters underground, but the MOP can only penetrate 60 meters of rock, so the solution is brutally simple. Drop multiple bombs into the exact same entry point sequentially. At 2 a.m. local time, 6 B-2 Spirit bombers launched from Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean, each carrying 2 GBU-7 MOP bombs, giving the strike package a total of 12 of the most powerful conventional weapons ever built. The 6 B-2 bombers fly 4,000 kilometers at 15,000 meters altitude, conducting a mid-flight refueling over the Indian Ocean before continuing toward Iran completely undetected by any radar system anywhere. Iran's most advanced air defense radar systems are fully operational and actively scanning, but they detect absolutely nothing as 6 B-2 Spirit bombers fly directly overhead toward their target completely undetected. As the B-2 reaches the target coordinates, the bomb bay doors open and the targeting computer achieves GPS lock on the facility below. Every system is green and the attack run is fully committed with no turning back. The first GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator releases from the bomb bay and falls toward the mountain. Its GPS guidance system, making constant micro-corrections, unstrikes the exact target coordinates. The MOP's hardened steel nose punches through loose rock, granite, and reinforced concrete layer by layer, the depth meter ticking down through 1530 of 60 meters. The 2,404 kilogram explosive charge detonates at 60 meters depth. An enormous underground explosion that destroys everything 500 meters down remains completely and frustratingly intact. Each subsequent bomb uses the previous crater as a pre-drilled entry channel going 60 meters deeper each time. Bomb 1 reaches 60 meters, Bomb 2 reaches 120, and by Bomb 6 the explosive charge reaches the 500-meter target facility. The second B-2 arrives and drops its MOP directly into the first crater. The bomb travels 120 meters deep before detonating, and for the first time the underground facility 500 meters below begins sensing the shockwaves above. Inside the facility, seismic sensors finally trigger an alarm. Iranian commanders realize they are under attack and order evacuation, but the third bomb is already falling. Bombs 4 and 5 strike at 240 and 300 meters depth. The upper tunnel network collapses completely. Stored missiles begin detonating in chain reactions. The 6th and final bomb follows the pre-drilled channel all the way to 500 meters, detonating its 2,004 directly in the entirety of the missile storage facility into rubble. The surface above the facility is completely unrecognizable, a 300-meter wide crater complex where a mountain used to stand, as the 6 B-2 Spirit bombers quietly egress back toward Diego Garcia completely undetected. Post-strike damage assessment reveals 70% of the facility is confirmed destroyed, but the deepest sections between 300 and 500 meters show only partial damage, meaning some missiles may have survived the strike. Within minutes of the strike, Iran's Supreme National Security Council convenes an emergency session. Surviving missile units in other underground facilities are immediately activated, and proxy forces across the region receive their retaliation orders. Iran's surviving underground facilities immediately launch a 200-missile retaliation salvo, targeting every U.S. military base in the region simultaneously, proving that destroying one facility was not enough to stop Iran's response. Here is the devastating strategic reality. Destroying one underground facility means almost nothing when Iran has 12 12 others still fully operational, and America simply does not have enough B-2 bombers to attack all of them simultaneously. The world reacts immediately. The UN calls an emergency session, Russia and China condemn the strike, oil prices double within hours, and global stock markets begin crashing as the world realizes this conflict is far from over. Within hours of the B-2 strike, Iran closes the Strait of Hormuz completely, cutting 90% of Gulf oil exports and sending prices to $200 per barrel, activating its most powerful economic weapon immediately. Iran's entire proxy network activates simultaneously, Hezbollah from Lebanon, Houthis from Yemen, Iraqi militias from Iraq, all attacking at once and stretching US and Israeli forces across 4 completely different war fronts. Honest analysis shows the B-2 strike achieved only 40% of its strategic objectives. Yes, one facility is destroyed, but 12 others are fully operational, thousands of missiles survived, and Iran's retaliation has already begun. Within weeks of the strike, Iran begins rebuilding, going 700 meters deep this time with twice the concrete hardening, meaning the next American strike will require a weapon that does not even exist yet. The Pentagon is already developing a next-generation bunker buster to reach 700 meters. While Iran builds deeper, America builds bigger, creating an underground arms race with no clear endpoint in sight. A single B-2 strike on one Iranian facility triggers a $3 trillion global economic shock, oil $200, food price of 40%, and 800 million more people push into energy poverty within weeks of the attack. The brutal, honest question is whether destroying one facility while triggering Iran immediately building deeper was actually worth the enormous military and political cost paid. This strike teaches 5 permanent lessons about modern warfare. Underground bases defeat air power, destroying one node strengthens networks, military force cannot solve political problems, and every strike creates tomorrow's bigger threat. The future of bunker busting points toward either dramatically larger conventional weapons, tactical nuclear options nobody wants to use, or accepting that some underground targets simply cannot be destroyed from the air. The uncomfortable comparison: diplomacy costs almost nothing while a single military strike costs $3 trillion in a regional war, making the question of choose bombs over negotiating tables increasingly difficult to answer. 6 B-2 bombers, 12 massive bombs, 500 meters of rock, 1 destroyed facility, 12 surviving facilities, 1 regional war started, $3 trillion of global damage. What happens next depends entirely on choices made today, by leaders, by nations, by all of us. Subscribe to Mukesh AI 3D for more original 4K military analysis that nobody else shows you the way we do.